You're listening to NYCC Me, a podcast on all things diversity and inclusion.
Something that is well designed with accessibility at the heart of it is good for everybody. And good design costs money, time, effort, but bad design costs us an awful lot more in the long tail of sorting out these issues. And
we might do things just over and over again and not really think about, why. But I think it's just, coming up with this, sort of raising this awareness of there's many things that we can change and alter.
The biggest misconception, I think, is that this is kind of someone else's job. There's a real message that we need to kind of share or kind of get people behind, which is if you've got a page on a website that's talking about your service, then that's probably the first impression you make on that for that person who's coming to find out about it. It's the first sort of like the handshake or the hello, or if someone wants to find out about social care or potholes or whatever, the first thing they're going to look at is your webpage. And so that's part of your service delivery, it's part of your reputation. And so we need to all be responsible for that and make sure that it's right and it's open and that it's easy to read and that everybody can access
it. Maybe being slightly open-minded in terms of, if someone else wants to work a slightly different way, how they might interpret that and how they and what that looks like for them.
Something you can really do is just have a go with the screen reader. I think most of us will have it on our phones. Just take, I found it quite quickly, and you can have a go and just look at a couple of different websites with it being read out to you. And it, my goodness, it makes a difference how that website is laid out. And it really brought it home for me just how different just looking at a website can be.
Send an email or a message if you are in need. I wouldn't want anyone to kind of, go without if they're, if they are struggling or if you are struggling and going through maybe work or whatever, and you're sort of going, okay, where do I go now, kind of thing. Because being in that situation, I can imagine can be quite difficult if you're trying to reach out and people seem to have everything they need and you might not.